This is going to be a pretty interesting video. We have one weird woodworking machine here, and I need to try to figure out how I can use it. The machine is a Hammond Trim-O-Saw. I guess it says that there too. Hammond of Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's a Hammond Ben Franklin Trim-O-Saw, model BF10B, and the serial number is 12488. And it was sold by the Western Newspaper Union. It was sold to me by a little old lady in town, and she knew a little bit about it, but not a whole lot. What I do know about it, there were several different versions of this. One of them, at least one of them, had a nice sliding table. This does not have that. It has a miter gauge, and it's missing the stop. There's like a flip over stop that would come to wherever right in here, and then you would adjust it, and then your wood would go in here up to the stop, and you would slide it and cut it. So far, it's pretty much just like a table saw there, except that this table right here, see, it goes about like that, and something would hold this table up. I don't know what that is. This one must be missing that, but it would hold it up, and as you cut, the pieces would fall down inside the machine and go into this drawer down here. And when you're done, you would pull this out, and this is on wheels. You would walk it over to your printing press and use the little wooden cutoffs as spacers in your typesetting. These are the things that came with the saw. This is a Simmons Saw and Steel Company, made expressly for Western Newspaper Union. So this is obviously, I didn't think it was original, but it's made exclusively for this Western Newspaper Union. So that's an original blade, and all of these other ones say the Hammond Trim-O-Saw. So all of these blades are original to the machine. I'm not exactly sure about the one that's on there. I believe that's carbide. See if we can get a look at it. No writing on this side, and I'm not exactly sure how to take that blade off. We'll look at all the weirdness on this thing and see if we can figure any of this out. But I'm not too hopeful on some of the stuff, especially stuff like this. Is it just, oh, I believe I did figure this out. Is this just an extension table? Yes, it is. All right. So that just extends the miter all the way back to here. I guess you would have a nice wide block on here. Seems kind of clumsy, but all right. Well, that's one feature down. This feature here was not in any of the videos that I saw online. At least I don't think so. I'll take a closer look now. But this feature was on, I believe it was on all the videos. It's just a tilt-up stop that gets wider at the end, and it has some kind of an adjustment. I'm figuring there's so much things that you can get online and at the woodworking store these days for precision measuring that I can cobble something together for this. I would reuse this pin stuff here and have it tip up, but I would use some kind of a modern measuring system for that. So I kind of got this figured out, how I'm going to do that. I'm not exactly sure about this. This is probably measuring in picas, which is a printing measurement, and nothing is measured in picas anymore. So, well, I guess they use a different version of picas in printing programs, but nothing that we would use on a saw like this. So you push this button in, and then this slides, and apparently it just comes right off. And then I think this just locks it. Yeah, that locks it so it won't move. And then you have a dial here for fine-tuning it. And again, I'm not exactly sure if that's picas or what, because they seem pretty big. A pica is like 0.16 or something like that. Yeah, maybe those are picas. I don't know. I'll have to find out on that as well. So a couple of the things I need to figure out on this side is, like, what does this do? You can see where it's worn in a circle there. But this bolt, I mean, if it were straight, it's kind of tensioning this, but maybe that's what it's supposed to do. Oh, this isn't even on track. Whew. Yeah, I don't see exactly how that works. I mean, if you were just going to put a tensioner, and why are the threads way out here? Is this something that somebody just put on here? Yeah, and it has a square hole. Hold on a second. Another mystery solved. That was a carriage bolt, and that's what the square hole was for. But another mystery remains. What goes there? I'll have to watch those videos again and see if they had something on there. But like I said, there's several different versions of these, and none of them appeared to be this one. This is the blade raising mechanism. You're just lifting the trunnion, and it holds it down really well. Really nice knob, old Bakelite knob. Bakelite. So that works really nice. Yeah, we got a little oiler here. I think this is the original motor. And is there any specs on it? Yeah, here we go. I'll have to put these specs in the description below. It's kind of hard to read. Yeah, I'll put that serial number in there too. If anybody knows when this was made, maybe I can get a little closer to when this was made. This looks like a new oiler, and it's got a wick down in there. Yeah, that one does not have a wick. Interesting. Oh, I'll show you the electronics back here. Somebody's been digging into these, and we have the ground wire disconnected. I hate when that happens. So I'll have to get back in here and fix that. It looks like somebody may have rewired this, but these look really old. That's how they used to do it. That's all tape, a taped bundle. Yeah, this is as well. So that really looks original. Maybe this just fell off, but we'll have to get that back on. When I bought this, the woman plugged it in and turned it on, and I didn't get any shocks from it, but don't want to take any chances. The one accessory that this thing did come with is this stop here. Although it's not exactly set right, I'll have to play around with this, but this goes into those pins up forward, and then it looks like this back part is supposed to drop down. Oh, maybe that's right. It really doesn't seem like it, but I guess it could be right that it floats above the miter right there. But what this does, it's got some grippy teeth on here, and when you press that, it grips nice and tight on your wood, and you can set this back as far as you want, and it kind of acts as a guard by the blade as well. So the big thing I need to figure out is what to put right here, what measuring contraption to use as a stop here, and I really need to figure out how this table is held up. It's held up, I believe, it's right flush with the guard right there. So right like that. And that probably has something to do with this. Yeah, I'll go watch some videos again and see if something's right here. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, and another thing that I don't know, this right here is like a handy thumb release, but what in the world does it do? It's like there's nothing there to release. It looks like there used to be a rod right here. Maybe that went over to here? I don't know, but how would that work? Yeah, that the thumb release doesn't go in by where a rod would go. Oh, and we have like a groove here, like a rod came from here, went across this groove, and back to something here. That's kind of crazy. What would be really nice is an owner's manual for this. If anyone knows where to find the owner's manual for this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to figure out some of this stuff and maybe make some replacements for the missing stuff and get this nice and polished up and start using it as basically just a cutoff saw. Oh, that's how that works. You can just push back on this. I suppose I would need another hand, but you can just push back on this and it slides back and then pull forward up to your wood. Okay. That's really well made. All of this is really well made. I only paid $80 for this, and like I said, the motor runs. I'll just do a little bit of wiring on that. So at worst, I have a little dedicated trim saw, which would be great. One thing I was thinking of using this for was bee hotels, which has a lot of little hollow tubes. I'm thinking of using bamboo, but they all have to be the same length. And this would be a really nice thing for getting them cut. If I can figure out what holds this up and what all this nonsense is and what I'm going to use for a stop here, I think I'll be ahead of the game. So if you know any of that stuff or have any ideas, make sure you comment below and let me know. Or if you know of any other videos besides the 4, I'm going to link the 4 below. If you know of any other videos besides those, let me know about those as well. Another thing I need to figure out, I got some wheels for a mobile base, but upon thinking about it, it can't be just a normal mobile base because we have this drawer that's on wheels that just rolls right off. This sits on the floor. So if I lift this up, what I'm going to have to do is build a mobile base that comes out and then up and have the wheels like right here and have this like 1/8 of an inch off the ground or so, really low to the ground, so that this still works. Well, at least I need to have the lip of this drawer still hitting the cabinet over here. I don't want a gap here. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, we have about 1/4 of an inch. So I could lift it up about 1/8 of an inch, a little bit more possibly. So yeah, and it would have to be out far enough so that the wheels spin completely. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting project. Well, you'll see that on this channel as well. That'll be coming up fairly soon. And one last thing. Well, let me wipe this grease off my hands. All of these accessories came in a little bag. And this was in with it. Tiny little square. It's so cute. Alright, that's going to wrap it up. Again, if you got anything to say about this, please let me know in the comments below. And we'll be getting back to this and doing whatever I can with it. At the bare minimum, I'll be making this stop here and getting the whole thing cleaned up so I can use it and sharpening the blade, stuff like that. So make sure you stop back. This is going to be a real interesting project.